Morning, everybody. The real Mike Brazel here. You can tell, I'm using my sunglasses because I keep getting myself in the middle of this video, but we're gonna make it through. Hey, I appreciate a lot of the posts there. Ken posted a real good talking about positive attitudes and things like that. And I don't know if you're a reader, and reading for me is just something that's changed my life. But there's a book by Rhonda Byrne called The Secret, and it talks about manifestation of, you get what you put out there. So in a situation like this, not that we have direct impact on what happens, but our attitudes can actually drive what happens, drive outcomes. And I'm not to the point where I believe, if you can believe it, or if you can dream it, you can have it, to a point. But I do think that what you put out there, the energy you put out there, you manifest that in your life. And if you think about it, a bad attitude doesn't affect you, it affects everybody, especially if you're involved in this case, a project. And I tell you what, it was really interesting last night. I kind of went down a rabbit hole with this and was watching some videos about the effects of a positive attitude and a negative attitude. And one of the things I thought was really interesting was we're predisposed to a negative attitude. So, to be upset, to be worried, to be scared, to be unhappy, that's kind of how we're set up. We're supposed to operate that way. So it takes a conscious effort to be positive. So, when you find yourself going down that path, you have to switch it in your head and get it to find the positive thing. I think I try to do that. Sometimes it can be a sad sack, but for the most part, I think if you can do that, it changes your life. And in this situation, it can change a lot of people's lives, because if we're all manifesting a negative attitude, then negative things will happen. But if we can manifest a positive attitude, again, which takes work because it's not natural for us. Find somebody who's not a complainer that that's, but if you do, what you'll find is they're probably people that fill their head, read books and force themselves into a positive mindset. I've got a guy that's a friend of mine, he's actually one of the investors here, and you get around him and you just can't, he'll catch your talk, because talking about it and thinking about it, talking is more powerful, because you're putting words out into space. But I would say something, and it was just commentary, but what I was putting out there, and may I just make an observation about the weather. Oh, it looks like it's going to rain. So there's a chance of rain. Oh, so guess what I'm putting out there? It's going to rain. Versus, it looks like the sun might come out. Now I'm putting out a positive thought. And that's a very simplistic version of it. But, I encourage you to go to YouTube. You can see, if you can find plenty of stuff on this. Like I said, The Secret is a book by Rhonda Byrne. If you've ever listened to any Tony Robbins stuff, and I'm not out here advocating, walking on fire or things like that. But, we all are expecting to make really good money here. And I don't doubt that. But what good is having money if we have this negative attitude? Most people that are wealthy aren't happy. And I wonder why that is. And maybe this is the reason. I saw an experiment where they had a guy kind of about my size, and they had him hold his arms out to the side. And the person that was going to do the test, basically they were going to just put two fingers on their hands and their arms and push their arms down. And before the person started, they're like, "Man, you look really strong and you've got big arms." And just kind of like threw positive affirmations at the guy. And the guy resisted a little bit, but he wasn't supposed to try to hold it up. And when the person finished the first part of the test, they came back and said, "Okay, I want to do this again, but I realized you're just not very strong, and your shoulders aren't as big as I thought they would be, and you really didn't. I mean, your natural instinct was not even to put up any resistance, and they did it again, and they literally could almost have pushed them down with a feather. And the difference was the attitude that the person was with. The first one, he was getting inspired a little bit and pumped up a little bit, and he felt good about himself. And then he felt bad about himself, and the results followed. And I'm not saying, hey, I am saying it's scientific, it's proven, it's history. And, one of the pushbacks that this type of thinking gets is, and everybody has different beliefs, but mine are Christian, and the pushback is that, well, that's not how the Bible reads. It's exactly how the Bible reads. In fact, the book I'm talking about, The Secret, has a companion book that you can get. That's a secret in the Bible, and it's how the Bible talks about these things. I realize that we have different religions, but I'm sure that if you look at any religion, it's all about your mind and what you put out there. Now, I'm not saying that all the positive thoughts in the world are going to make Ananacoin get done any faster, which I think they're saying is supposed to be done tomorrow, being implemented. That's what Ryan said, and I don't know what that exactly means yet, but I'll find out. And anyways, man, I just want you to have a great day, and maybe take a look at some of these things, because it would do no good to be the wealthiest person in the world and have a miserable life just because we have a miserable attitude. And I'm not trying to lecture on attitude. I'm just saying it was amazing, and I've known this for years, especially if you've been in sales. Psychology teaches us things, believe that you can achieve it, act as if and it will become, and all of these things, but they don't get said over and over again because they don't work. It happens. I've seen it happen. Memory boards, dream boards and vision boards, and people that speak positive affirmations, and it can change your chemical makeup. And in this case, maybe it changes the experience that we all have with anonymous trading, and it gets us where we're going together faster. So anyways, have a great day, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.